Get in!
All right, Pops, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, handsome, and you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You know what I'm really excited about? The new intro we've got. And I think we'll evolve it over time, but I'm really glad that one day we shot and we did like the engine revving and then you driving up. I love that.
Yeah, people seem to like that as well. We should make it, and the start of it should always be me pulling up going, get in!
Yep. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that should be our new intro. Thank you, Scotty Kilmer.
Yeah, it is indeed. And you know what else has me in a good mood? Find thebestcarprice.com/insider. Link down below in the description. Continued sponsor. We are in, I don't know, like month 4 or 5 of this, which is kind of mind-boggling to me because it's just me and my dad making YouTube videos. But it's super cool. We really appreciate their sponsorship, aggregating all the manufacturer incentives in one place for you. Link down below. Find thebestcarprice.com/insider. Now, Dad, do you know what we are doing today?
I can honestly say, no, I don't. Yes, my son is just putting me on the spot again.
Yep. Okay, you can see my screen, right?
I can't read it, but I can see it.
All right, let me zoom in here. So Reddit is a very interesting place on the internet, and there is a subreddit called Ask Car Sales, like where people ask questions to people that work in the car business.
Yes.
And can you read this, Dad? It says, what was the weirdest question a customer has ever asked you?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to read some of the responses people have had from that. You'll share some stories. We'll react to the questions that they've been asked, and we'll go from there. Sound good?
Yes, I think.
You sound nervous.
Yes.
All right, I have not read these, so I'm going to read this out to you. We'll react. You'll share stories, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm in New Zealand and was working for a Holden, which is owned by GM dealership. I sold a used car to a nice, tidy lady, 35-ish. She brought the car back a couple of times for very minor adjustments and advice. I enjoyed her visits. The third time she came back, she said she needed to talk to me, so I popped her into an interview room and she asked me for a date. As I was happily in a lovely relationship already, I politely declined, but told her if she fancied me, she'd love my mate, who was genuinely single. I introduced them, and 18 months later, they got married. That's awesome.
It is. It is. I once had a wife of one of my customers ask me for a date.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
And you politely declined as well?
I did decline because, well, I was in a loving relationship, and besides, her husband was big and strong, and I'm small and weak. So you know, I didn't think it would be in my best interest to participate in something along those lines.
You're a very smart man, Dad. Very smart man.
Well, occasionally.
Yeah, I like this comment here. ABC, always be selling. I think it's, always be closing. But anyway, that's pretty funny.
I guess they meant ABS.
Yeah, ABS.
Yeah.
Anti-lock brake system, I think is what
Or
it's called.
always be selling, yes.
All right, so here's another one we've got. All right, it is, had a guy who I sold 2 F-150s to. He was, quote, allergic to Bluetooth technology. So I had to find him a truck without Bluetooth. So not really a question per se, more of a request. Thought he'd show up wearing aluminum foil clothing. It didn't happen. But he was wearing anti-Bluetooth clothing, whatever the F that was. Super nice guy, 2 perfect surveys from him, and always paid what I told him was a good deal, which it was. Dad, did you ever have customers that had some really specific or interesting requests or needs or requirements in the vehicles they bought?
Not like that. No, I mean, I instantly thought of the TV show Better Call Saul.
Yeah, it's right here. That's the first comment. Sounds like Chuck McGill from Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I mean, allergic to Bluetooth technology. Well, I'm sorry, I don't even think you could get vehicles today without Bluetooth technology. I mean, it's just standard on every car. If you're allergic to it, just don't use it.
Exactly.
There's lots of things in cars that people say, well, I don't want this or I don't want that. I said, well, the good news is you have it in case you ever change your mind. But otherwise, you don't have to use it. It's pretty simple stuff.
I agree. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, my. This is from Saul916. Are you a Christian? And if you not, do you realize you're going to hell? Not my customer, never seen him before in my life. I was just hanging around the showroom on a super slow day and he walked up to me from the service department. I'd imagine you do get, I mean, we've talked about this a bit in other videos, like some of the videos you did about like reasons why you shouldn't go into the car business. You probably get some nasty people that come in and ask you pretty derogatory questions. That I'm sure happened.
Well, I get that, but I can remember when I was at the Mini dealership, which was in Owings Mills, New Jersey, and it was right next
Owings Mills, Maryland.
Owings Mills, Maryland. I'm sorry, I'm the one that lives in New Jersey, and Owings Mills is next to a town called Pikesville. And Pikesville is the home of one of the largest Jewish populations concentrated in the state of Maryland. And there's some very conservative religious schools there. And every Friday, I used to get 2 young men that would come in from the religious school that would want to pray with me every Friday, and they would want to review Torah portions with me every Friday. And they were they were nice young boys. I would let them come into my office, and I would let them know that no, I didn't want them to share the Torah portion with me. And no, I didn't need them to pray with me. But if you just like to chat for a few minutes, I'll be more than happy to do that with you. So you get some good peoples and you get some really odd people, and everything in between. It's just part and parcel of dealing with the general public. So. Yeah,
definitely. That last comment resonates with me, dealing with the general public. There's people on both ends of the spectrum, and if you're at a car dealership, you're probably going to meet people on both ends of that spectrum.
Yeah, you're going to meet people on every part of the spectrum.
All right, let's do one more, Dan.
Okie doke.
Oh, nope, we are not going to do that one.
I didn't read it, but that's okay.
Oh my goodness, these become like Borat related.
Yes.
All right, let's do this one. What is the VOC emissions rating on the interior of this vehicle? This already reminds me of that one customer that you had that was like arguing with you about the temperature inside the vehicle, or you had like some instance where you like took a thermometer into the inside of a vehicle. Anyway, okay, let me read this. Had a customer who was a chemist for UL. His sole job was to measure off gas rates of plastics and such. He meticulously recorded the off-gas rates of the interior of cars he was looking at and went with the lowest one. No concern for type of car or functionality, just the lowest VOC rating. It came down to a C300 and a G500. That is how far apart we were on price, function, and every other aspect of the car besides VOC levels. Ended up with the G-Wagon. That's hilarious.
Yes. And I can honestly tell you, I've never had anybody buy a car based on that. I have had people buy a car based on how hot the interior gets when we lived in Arizona, and so in most cases it always had to be a light color interior as opposed to a darker color, because it turned out that the darker color interiors were about 22 degrees warmer. I guess in Arizona, they were about 22 degrees hotter than a lighter color interior. But no,
that's like you'd be comparing like one C300 versus another C300, just different interior colors. That is a hilarious story of a C300 sedan versus a G-Wagon.
A G-Wagon, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, there's probably, I'm guessing, somewhere around $100,000 difference in pricing, too.
Exactly.
So he must have been a very successful chemist at Underwriters Laboratory, and we need to find out why they're paying these people so damn much.
All right, if you come across anything interesting on the internet, whether it be a Reddit thread, a dealership vehicle listing page, whatever it may be, info@YourAutoAdvocate, send it to us. We love making these videos. Hopefully you got a kick out of this one. And Dad, like always, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for pulling a fast one on me, handsome.
And consider it done. I'll do that every time from here on out.
Perfect.
All right, Pops, I love you.
I love you too. Talk to you later.
See you then.
Bye-bye.